You know what they say, teamwork makes the dream work. If we want other members of our team to be able to help out in Jamf School, they'll need an administrator account with the correct privileges. This is Zach. Let's learn about administrator accounts and roles in Jamf School. Administrator accounts are used to log in and perform tasks in your Jamf School instance. Roles are sets of permissions that determine what an administrator account can and cannot do in Jamf School. For instance, the System Administrator role has full access to all features in Jamf School. However, we can create additional roles to limit those permissions. Maybe we have some teammates who will be helping to manage devices as well as deploying apps and documents, but they don't need to be able to access the Jamf School settings. Or maybe we have a group of student interns helping to get devices ready over the summer, and we only want them to be able to erase devices and nothing else. Let's jump into Jamf School and see how to do it. The first thing we'll need to do is create some roles for our new administrators. From the Jamf School dashboard, navigate to Organization, Administrators, Roles. Here we can see the System Administrator role is already created. This is a system role that grants full access and can't be deleted. It's recommended to only give this role to the few people who actually need full access to every nook and cranny of Jamf School. Let's start by creating a new role for our coworkers. Click Create Role in the top right. Give the role a name. I'm naming mine Secondary Administrators. Then click Create. Our role has been created, but now we need to assign the correct permissions to it. Click Access Rights on the left. These are the individual permissions for every action that can be taken in Jamf School. For each action, there are up to 4 options to select. These options are Read, Edit, Add, and Delete. Read lets a user view that particular option. Edit allows them to make changes to it. Add will enable them to create new objects associated with that option. And Delete allows them to remove objects related to that option. Notice the spots where there's a hyphen instead of a checkbox? That means that particular option only has certain rights available to it. Any options with disclosure triangles next to them are headers for their section. Selecting their corresponding checkbox will select all of the checkboxes in that column for that section. And selecting any checkbox in the right 3 columns will automatically select the corresponding checkboxes to their left. For instance, if I select Add for device groups, the remaining checkboxes to the left automatically become selected. This is because you can't add new device groups without being able to edit device groups, and you can't do either of those things without being able to view device groups. At the top of the page, there are some presets we can use to start. Full Access will select every privilege on the screen. Read Only will select everything in the Read column, giving someone the permission to view everything in Jamf School, but not make any changes. None deselects everything on the screen. Expand All and Collapse All will expand or collapse the headers for each section. Let's work on the permissions for our coworkers. We want them to view the dashboard and be able to synchronize the Apple School Manager connections, so let's select the corresponding checkboxes. We want them to have complete management control over devices, so let's select all 4 boxes for the Devices header to select everything inside of it. Let's do the same thing for Classes, Apps, and Documents. Then scroll down to the very bottom and click Save. Now our secondary administrators will be able to have full management control over devices, classes, apps, and documents, but they won't be able to affect any of Jamf School's global administrative settings that we don't want them touching. Let's make one more role for our student interns. Click Roles on the sidebar. Click Create Role. I'm naming this one Student Interns. Then click Create. Click Access Rights. These students will be erasing devices to help get ready for the new school year, so they only need the Wipe Device permission under Devices. However, they do need to be able to look up devices, so we'll need to give them read permissions for the devices option. Make sure not to accidentally select the device's heading. Then scroll down and click Save. Excellent! Our 2 new roles have been created. Now we can create some administrator accounts and assign them to these roles. Click Accounts on the sidebar. This page will list any administrator accounts that have been created. Click Add Administrator in the top right. Enter the email address and the name for the new administrator. I'm starting with one of my coworkers. Then select a role. In this case, I'm choosing the secondary administrator's role I created earlier. Then click Apply. The new administrator will receive an email allowing them to create a password and log in. Once summer comes, we can do the same thing for all of our summer interns. To check on the status of an administrator invitation, click Invitations on the sidebar. Pending invitations will be listed here and can be canceled if need be. Utilizing roles with administrator accounts can help keep your Jamf School instance secure and safe by making sure administrators only have the least amount of privilege needed to do their job. That's all for this video on administrator accounts and roles in Jamf School. We'll see you again in another module.